the elimination side. So Native Red, Cloud9 going to be on that mainstream. We're going to have our pick of the 3. Our focus is going to be over here at the bottom. Gamers first versus Shopify Rebellion.
This is going to be an interesting one, right? Shopify, if they lose this, top 12 again, I believe, right? And that's not necessarily what you want if you're a Shopify Rebellion, but you've got to go against G1, a very prominent roster, a strong roster, I would say, who really hasn't performed like we'd expected them to in this event. But neither is Shopify, so if there's a chance to prove yourself, it's when your back is against the wall in the elimination bracket.
Precision's been playing extremely well for this Gamers First squad. Expect to see him continue to do more throughout today. But Shopify Rebellion, this almost feels like a match that can determine the fate of their roster for the rest of the year.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday, right? If you bring up a roster and you're able to pull this roster together and you do multiple events where you're able to get invited to events, etc., but you're just not able to break into where you want to be, then sometimes you got to change things up. Is that what they do? We'll see. But it all comes down, or a lot of it I think comes down to this series right here. G1 being a somewhat newly formed roster coming together. A lot of names that you've seen before, but the one man I want to watch on this G1 roster is going to be Swish. But let's swap over to Shopify Rebellion. What do you think of Mental as a player?
Mental, he's a new Halo player that has veteran status, right? And that's what you want from new players on your team. He has more championships than everyone else in this lobby combined. And you want to kind of lean on that LAN experience and let that give you an edge. Unfortunately, that recipe just hasn't been successful thus far, but things can change at any moment.
He gets a shot off there to put some damage in, but he's taken out quickly by Huss. That's going to be 2 down for Shopify Rebellion. And you can see right now, everyone just kind of inching forward on the map, taking the space necessary to then get a reslay off the spawns of Shopify and then potentially pull a flag.
Already Precision playing so forward into this base of Shopify Rebellion, but G1 has been very disciplined on not extending too much forward. They're trying to wait for that first pick in order to open the floodgates.
Peppered away is Precision. They finally find the opening to push on through, and Shopify now flip it up just a bit. They take a little bit of map presence here as well, but RyaNoob, he's going to be pulling the flag at G1 here, so that will pull this G1 roster back just a bit. Got to play a bit of defense now on this flagpole.
You can already see that I don't think they're worried about this flag being taken any further. Slow and deliberate on their way, on their push forward.
Something I've seen is the movement out of these players out of Shopify, like Cykul right there, peppering through, just peek shooting, doing massive amounts of damage and not taking any damage. Again, we talk about that. It's such a nuanced thing. It's so simplistic, but it's so very important that the one shot of even the one bullet of a burst that you take couldn't be the difference here. You see Shopify, they've got G1 on that spawn. They understand where the spawn is, and here it is. The grapple flagpole gets it past the 50% portion.
Yeah, I love seeing that grapple technique from RyaNoob. You're going to start to see that more and more as time goes on when players get more comfortable with this grapple. So efficient at getting through those open lanes quickly and preventing damage downrange.
Now you see RyaNoob, he tosses the flag to his teammate, then decides to go back to the enemy base to potentially pull another flag or just get kind of behind enemy lines, but we'll see what Rayne's able to do with his sniper here.
And he does that because of the stalemate. He wants to get behind the flag and try to create a play, and RyaNoob's done just that. He gets the opening pick on Suspector. The flag is returned. Shopify Rebellion's at home, but it comes at the cost of G1 getting theirs at home as well.
Yeah, unfortunate by Rayne there on that missed shot, though, too, but he does hit that shot onto Suspector, who's pulling this flag. Oh, my gosh, and he gets another one onto Precision. Rayne popping off.
Not only was it Precision, it was also the quantum translocator that will cease to exist on the map. Love to see that from Rayne. People don't, when we talk about the best snipers in the game, Rayne doesn't usually come up, but he's often done, so he often hits them big shots when they matter.
I feel like Rayne is that all-around player that kind of just fills the role, and we actually talked about that during one of the MCC Halo 3 tournaments. He talks about how on any team he's on, he fills the role necessary, and we're seeing he's filling that sniper role right now. Unfortunately, though, he ends up going down, as does his teammate in Precision.
Spectre's doing his best to just hold this front line, right? What's so important right now is just not letting any lanes open up for free, and Suspector's trying to catch someone off guard by playing forward, but playing in a very passive campy way.
Well, unfortunately, he gets caught out here. Look, now he's kind of stuck in between a rock and a hard place, and because of that, gets taken out. That Quantum Translocator coming up very shortly. RyaNoob is going to be playing very aggressively once again. We consistently see him in G1 space.
Yeah, Precision, last player alive, was on the was right where he needed to be to stop that flag. Mental has a chance to keep this one continuing on, but it's going to come down to some big shots to hit.
Yeah, Mental. He has the weapon in his hands to make a difference here. Suspector is going to be the first one. Gets the shot off, gets the pick. Is that enough, though? It's only one down on G1. He's not really taking much space here. That flag looks like it's going to be returned on the side of G1. Both flags back to their home bases. Now Mental trying to just do some damage off the spawners.
And Mental, that opening sniper shot he hit, it's all because of reticle placement. Great job ensuring that he had it right where it needed to be. And look at that target prioritization from him.
That's beautiful. Target prioritization is such an underused skill set, I believe, you know, in so many of these players, like mostly in matchmaking, but at the pro level, you see players utilize that so very well. 3 go down for G1 momentarily, and that's going to allow RyaNoob here to push up. He's got the Quantum Translocator as well. I'm not sure where it is, but I believe it just ran out. So he's not going to have that any longer. And now it's a 3v3 situation. Precision trying to play his life versus the sniper. He's going to take a nade, gets called out, and Rayne is going to clean that one up.
So far, it really feels like every fight has just taken place close to that 50-yard line. We've seen maybe a couple attempts at these poles, but nothing that's been quite successful. And really, we're looking for one clean 4 down, and that's when a team can potentially start taking advantage.
Yeah, just the size of the map, just it allows for you know, teams to come off a spawn and just get back into position so very quickly here. So like you said, that 4 dead could facilitate something quick. If one of these teams could potentially make that happen. Mental with a sniper in his hands. He's got the tool to do so. As 2 are down for G1, if he gets a couple more picks, we could end up in a scenario where you can push up on the map.
Well, G1 has started to change their strategy. They're starting to flood out lanes, trying to get 3 players to push in unison in order to just brute force their way in. But because of Shopify Rebellion, how they set up, they're essentially creating a fishing net, and they're trying to just pull those players in and then collapse through and get those kills. You really aren't seeing any sort of quickness from Shopify Rebellion. They're very patient. They're not trying to overextend and leave any gaps for G1 to take advantage of.
Yeah, G1 are in the driver's seat to push up. Precision's gonna be at the spearhead of that one. A beautiful shot there onto Mental. That was snipe versus snipe. So very important kill there by Precision, and because of that, he's going to ping that sniper. I'm not sure if he will stack this. I mean, I always stack it, but
stacked it.
but regardless, yeah, he's got 7 bullets to work with, so the stack did happen. We'll see if he's able to utilize this as you see Mental there trying to push up to potentially contest him, but he's staying alive really well.
It's crazy how many kills there have been on this map without there being any sort of pull.
Yeah, no
Been
presence. Yeah,
so
no
much
control.
neutral game.
Agreed. There's not been a lot of you know, push past this 50% portion like you talked about earlier. All the fights have been happening right here, and it's going to take a few kills more maybe to just get that confidence for one of these teams to push in. And again, this is important, right? You can see them posturing up like this for a reason. They're in the elimination bracket. One mistake, one game turns into 2, then you're gone. Then you got to go home. It's not what these teams want. 3 dead though for Shopify Rebellion. Maybe this is G1's move.
Precision's quickly making his way to that front line. Now he has a sniper, and unfortunately you don't want to play too forward with this snipe, but he has no choice. He has to find a way through. That opening snipe shot does everything that's needed. Players trying to push back with Precision. He's waiting for help. He's trying to say, hey guys, get here. We need to get into this base.
Rayne played that so well though, right? Oh my goodness gracious. Wait, the double? Not going to be able to get the triple, but I want to talk about Rayne's play right there, right? He got shot with his snipe, had to back off, but he peeks back in, slides back out, and that's for information, right? He might even get that shot off, but the information to allow Mental with the back base to know is so huge.
Shopify Rebellion, they've been pushed back into their line. They're trying to finally move back forward to the 50-yard line, but the reality is you need to win the slaying battle now, and there we go. 3 go down. Rayne springs into action.
Yeah, you exactly see what we talked about, right? 3 go down. You see Rayne already going forward here. They're going to get the spawns potentially on this elbow side on Snipe, and that's where Rayne knows exactly where he needs to fight. You see right away, pushes on forward. Precision doing a lot more damage than expected here, but regardless, Rayne's able to clean up too, and this flag will go past.
Well, that double for Rayne opens up everything for Mental. On his way back home with this flag, G1 have to get high and pray that their BRs ring true. Nothing can stop them in. And it took about 10 minutes of our time, but Shopify Rebellion strike first.
And you can see what a couple slays will do, but it's mostly the reaction there of Rayne to make sure to sprint forward when he knows he has the opportunity to do so. But for a little while here, we're going to see some more fights to the 50% portion. And if you look at the bottom center of the screen, it is only to 3. Don't get it mistaken. It's not to 5 caps. It's only to 3 caps. So Shopify only need 2 more. You like that math?
Just quick ones. I don't think we're going to get ourselves to 3 of how little time is left in this game, though. 2 minutes, 1 more quantum translocator to work with, and G1 desperately need this to go their way.
Sniper's coming up in 2 seconds here. Precision trying to get a nade damage into Cykul. Cykul's going to win that fight. He's going to be down to no shields, though. Almost right barred as well, but that's going to be 2 down for G1. So you see Shopify already starting to push forward on the map once again.
We haven't really seen a lot of Cykul on our screen. Rayne obviously has the sniper rifle, but the stat line's impressing me.
Yeah.
15 kills, 13 assists,
wow.
And these deaths for the team. Really depending on your young gun in this situation to prevent these pushes from G1.
Yeah, it's so huge to be able to have that many assists and also kind of top with the 15 kills and the least deaths too. Cykul, one of our youngest players in the league. I hope he continues to grow. I'm sorry?
So I think the youngest player.
That's crazy. It's just nuts to me, like you're able to be that young and perform that well. We'll see if he can continue though. I mean, Shopify do not want 12th again.
They're just not moving, right? This is the Tortuga strat. So you just stay back, you create a hard external shell, and as long as you don't break, you will find your victory. 60 seconds to turtle up.
2 dead for G1. Oh my gosh, Rayne! God, that's huge right there. 3 down. And again, you're going to see they turtle up, and that's exactly what they do. They don't even push past the 50% portion. They're playing defense at this point. 44 seconds is all that remains. And all that you need is Rayne to hit a couple shots here, but there's the break right now. 2 down for Shopify. G1 are pushing forward.
Well, suddenly you start to find a hole. The sniper in the hands of Precision, and the rest of G1 start to flood the base. The nades are perfect, and this is going to buy opportunity. 3 players see the respawn screen. It's only Rayne and Mental that can create an impact right here. 20 seconds left. It's time to clear Swish and Huss.
But unfortunately, Swish gets out-angled there. Suspector wasn't really able to help him. He has a grapple, but with 12 seconds, he's going to have to pull out a miracle. He's going to have to hit every single snipe shot possible. Can he do so, though? He gets 1. Cykul's trying to put some damage into him, trying to prevent it. He does. The double kill comes through. Cykul clutching up once again. Almost gets the turn. Look at the damage this man's putting in.
Yeah, it'll feed Rayne into another double kill. 20 kills, 15 assists for him. Cykul, he's doing it all with that BR, and he was mighty effective at it. And really, that's the Shopify Rebellion game plan. They play consistent. They get their captures when you give them an opportunity. We only saw really 1 or 2 times in that game where it was a clean 4 down, and Shopify Rebellion took immediate advantage of it. From there, they're just trusty that they'll stay set up in the right way where they always have trades, and that bend, not break defense comes out strong. No captures for G1.
And that's kind of, I feel like that's kind of a RyaNoob thing, right? Like, RyaNoob's that kind of guy that would call something like that. Okay, we got 1 cap. Let's play back. Let's play where we don't have any chance of potentially losing this. And there you go. They close it out. And next up, we're going to Live Fire Slayer. And, you know, I think that this will be an interesting one, right? I think the G1, I would say the G1 are a pretty solid Slayer team, you know, based off of their previous stats. Swish, a player that I haven't seen really pop off just yet. I feel like he's got the opportunity to kind of really step up in this next game.
We need to see better, consistent team pushes from G1. It was moments like this where Precision's so forward, but he had to wait probably an extra 5 seconds, right? 5 seconds doesn't sound a lot, but when you're having to stay in a position and not impacting the map for that long, waiting for your teammates, it prevents yourself from having efficient opportunities.
Right.
Basically counting on yourself to overslay rather than capitalizing on initial slays.
And that's exactly what Shopify did, capitalizing on initial slays, making sure that they can get that first cap in that last game. Let's see if they can continue that here in Slayer. Very excited to see G1 kind of answer back here, though. We haven't casted a Game 5 yet, have we?
I don't believe so. I don't think has there been a Game 5 in this tournament at all?
I don't think so, which is weird because
Mac Dallas was all Game 5s.
Yeah, like there are tournaments that are all Game 5s, and then there are tournaments where we don't get any. And I honestly don't think we've had a Game 5 here thus far broadcasted. We did have one, Optic versus Sentinels, but that was on the main broadcast, I believe. Regardless, though, hopefully this is the start of that right now. Live Fire Slayer. Gamers first, looking to answer back. The series score in the hands of Shopify Rebellion.
You can't play at Shopify's pace.
I agree.
The Rebellion will always play a slow, methodical pace and try to capitalize on numbers. If you're G1, you don't let them influence you. You try to find the weaknesses. It's impossible to play perfect for 50 kills. Take advantage, find your kills, and increase your pace. Force Shopify Rebellion to play at your speed.
We'll see how the pace changes here. G1, once again, a little bit inconsistent. The changes in the squad, maybe a little bit of growth needed to happen on this roster. And where can you get the best growth? It's right here at LAN in this environment. We're going to start off with with G1 with Swish 5s on the screen.
That shot screen comes in at the perfect time, but it might just be a bit too early. Overshield comes on in. The punches are coming through. Swish is going to have his overshield immediately neutralized, but plays a bit of keep away from Shopify Rebellion early. Now, Rebellion did get the sniper rifle, and Cykul is going to be the one that puts it to use.
Beautiful job by Cykul here. So much damage going through. All 4 down for G1. An opportunity for Cykul to look at the spawns on bottom tower. We'll see if he's able to do so, though. It looks like they might have spawned on B here. He's not ready for it. They spawned on A. They got off of A. That's huge.
Players move a little bit too early. They expected the spawns, but weren't keeping in mind how long the respawn takes. They open up the A spawn, and A is heavily weighted on the spawns here. If you leave it open, they will spawn.
Suspector anchoring down this tower side. You see, once again, G1 are 3 down, but still a very close game here. 9-8 to start, and I like this play by Suspector, waiting for someone to cross on the plasmas. The only problem is he's caught up a little bit to the left here. Regardless, gets the plasmas. That OS is coming up very shortly as well in about 24 seconds. We'll see who's going to grab that one. That could be the difference in the swing in this game.
Oh, Suspector waited so long for someone to come towards his lane. It doesn't happen. He has to react to the push, and while he immediately is taken down because of it, Shopify Rebellion are able to find themselves a position for this overshield. But what's happened is that given G1 the A spawns, that A definitely has its advantages when coming to overshield, but it's neutralized by the shroud screen of C. And RyaNoob, when it rains, it pours.
Hey, he's got 2, going for 3, the triple out of RyaNoob, and 3 dead is the name of the game when it comes to G1. He wants blood, he's going for more. They're spawning back B.
They're just trapped. There's nothing they can do. The exterminators are coming in. 2 kills for G1 might just give them the opportunity, but RyaNoob's trying to capture all this damage. And 2 once again.
Double kill.
The killing spree, the 2 massive amounts of kills for RyaNoob. 9-4 to start this game. I talked about a player popping off. If there's one player on this Shopify roster that does not want to place top 12, it's RyaNoob.
Look at G1 and how expanded they are on this map. Rebellion, they're running in duos, right? They're trying to keep themselves close. RyaNoob tries to get that entry frag for the rest to collapse in on, but because Suspector wins that pivotal fight, it forces Rebellion to have to play back, and I love how G1's taking advantage of this. This is, once again, forcing Rebellion to play at your pace. You get that pick, you fly forward.
Yeah, it's the answer back that G1 needed. They go down again, though. It's the precision to go down initially here, but they still keep it within 3. Suspector decides to hop off the tower and go towards bottom middle. A bottom middle push here is ensuing. They got out of the way of the spawns that are happening on tower side. Spectre's gonna play his life for a little while longer, but here comes the push. There's the one. Spectre gets one kill, tries to play his life. He's getting away somehow. They end up cleaning him up, but regardless, the damage is done. Still a 3-kill game.
Spectre and Huss had an idea right there. He was going to go up and Huss was going to go down. It was going to be a bait and switch. Unfortunately, he wasn't quite fast enough. Maybe he needs to get that treadmill a couple more times, get his Spartan up to a quicker pace. With Overshield up in about 5 more seconds. Without a Shroud screen, Shopify Rebellion have a much better position to fight for this, and it's because Mental flies forward.
Uh-oh.
It should provide enough space for Rebellion just to grab this Overshield for free, and while Cykul immediately is going to force Swish to dip out.
Yeah, that's two Overshields in a row here for Shopify Rebellion, but only, I mean, actually they're extending that lead now. It's going to a 6-kill lead, make that a 7-kill lead. The young gun, the youngest player in this game. Again, look at his assists and kills. 9 kills, 7 assists in only 3 deaths. That is perfect Halo right there. Maybe not perfect, nothing's perfect, but that's very close to it. Oh no.
He was listening. Probably they were everywhere but where he could see.
Oh man.
He goes down, and well, G1 are going to be able to find a much needed 3 down.
Oh.
You thought he shot him through
I thought he shot through the Shroud. I've never seen someone be shot and killed through the Shroud screen yet, and I want today to be that day. Please make it happen.
Oh, you haven't played enough matchmaking at my rank, let me tell you that.
33-27. Precision has the knowledge of RyaNoob, takes his eyes off him for a second here. But now they've got RyaNoob kind of pinched. RyaNoob gets a kill, though, and now Precision's in trouble. RyaNoob is still not dead. Finally, RyaNoob does go down. Precision's going to go down as well, though, so a bit of a trade back and forth. 36-29. Shopify maintain the lead.
What's important right now is just value your life in your Shopify Rebellion. No reason to give away anything for free. Stay hidden. Make sure you just pop in, pop out. Let your players like Cykul fly through and get these kills. And I mean, this is about perfect. They didn't even waste 1 life, and it's just really effective play of using that cover from players like Mental and allowing some of those fraggers to come through and get kills.
I mean, Tools, does Shopify get their 3rd Overshield in a row? Like, this can't happen. The G1 need to step up and get this OS. They've got to position themselves. They've done so. 2 are down right now for Shopify. This is G1's opportunity with OS coming up in about now. This is their opportunity to potentially get this first Overshield of the game, and that's exactly what Precision does, but can he utilize it?
The problem is
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Little phrase that we like to use, a little too little, too late.
Yeah, too little, too late, and the OS is gone. But, I mean, that OS would have helped. Look, 34 kills here for G1. They had an opportunity, but that OS double beat down. It's going to nullify it completely. Suspector, though, does have that sniper. They get the kill there. Onto Mental. Huss gets that kill. Swish gets his own in the feed. But yeah, I mean, all Shopify is playing for at this point, trade back, forth, trade back, forth. You can trade all day when you have the lead like this.
Yeah, it's hard to trade with snipers, though. Suspector finds the right angle, gets a headshot. It'll open up the map and allow G1 to push through. Essentially, what G1 needs to do is play that scrappy angle. Make sure that you give information away, and do not die.
They're going lower. Cykul and Rayne both on bottom center. You have Mental at the top, and you got RyaNoob posted here. This is a play.
They're all spring, and
yeah, I mean, this is a play in the play.
Oh, look at all 4.
Look at this. Swish gets 1, though. There it is. Suspector cleans up 1.
Can't die.
46-39. 46-40. The double the no scope is going to be clean and connects. Can Suspector convert more? 3 bullets in the chamber. If he hits all 3 headshots, it'll be 46-43. That is the scenario I'm sure he wants, but can he make it happen?
So those 4-man pushes are dual edged, right? Because right now all you're worried about is trades. If you play together, it's much easier to trade. But the problem is if G1's ready and expecting, and they're able to get clean wipes, that's how you get back in this game.
Yep, exactly. I was a little worried the Suspector wasn't going to reload his BR there.
He's checking his corners. Mama taught him, right? Don't cross that street.
I always reload way too often. Oh, the shot. Oh, that's not. That's unfortunate. That is probably the worst turn of events that could happen because now we approach 48, and with Shopify Rebellion being up in this series already won, guess what they're about to do? They're about to add a +1 to that with 1 more kill here.
Well, who'll do the honors to be in the 50th death?
I'm gonna say Mental. Oh, Mental's gonna get the kill. That's what I meant
there
to say. Well, there it is. Shopify bring the series 2-0. And again, don't forget, this is the elimination bracket. Do or die time. It's time to step up or shut up. G1, I know they have it in them. I know they're capable, but we haven't seen that yet.
When they lost Neuronicol, he decided he needed to take a break from Halo.
Okay, understandable.
They went and picked up what many thought was the best free agent on the market, and Suspector. And it's not the first stint of Suspector on G1. And he's supposed to, I mean, honestly, people have been praising Suspector for a long time for his just high-level play, but it just hasn't worked out in these placings. And honestly, this is his last chance, I think, right now to be like, hey, I am worth this. Let's get these top placings, because for him, when everyone sees that star power on the roster, they're like, man, this team should be getting top 6s.
Oh yeah, when you look on paper, 100% I agree with that sentiment. I mean,
it's like Suspector's great, and it's like I don't know what's been going on with this G1 roster recently, where they've been having issues.
It's inconsistency, right?
Yeah, I mean both these rosters suffer from it.
Yeah.
And right now, it feels like this is the Shopify rebellion that we love to watch, right? They're just doing everything right. They're coordinated. They're finding these right picks. I'm a huge G1 fan when it comes to players like Huss, Swish. Precision's been lighting it up.
So what do you do to change that, right? I mean, do you watch more VOD? Do you spend more time on VOD review? Do you spend more time streaming? Like, what is it that needs to happen for a team like G1 or Shopify to break that inconsistency and get to the next level?
I feel like there needs to be better coordination in game. It's not necessarily a film review problem, but rather that people are just, it's something where they're not playing with each other at the right speed.
Okay.
And it's speed that's been causing mayhem for them. Native Red versus Cloud9 on our screen right now. Native Red already up 1-0 in this series. Cloud9, though, once again, that team that feels like they have a chip on their shoulder. Everyone always discounts them in these games, and they can be sneakily good at moments, especially when players like Sceptify and Rammyy pop off.
100% agreed. Sceptify was a player towards the beginning of Halo Infinite that I was watching very, very closely, but they've got to get through the likes of Native Red, who I think, look very, very strong. Of course, TchiK is not on this roster. Had some visa issues, some situation where he could no longer, make it to the USA to play. So they picked up Suppress, which, I'm not going to say he can fill TchiK's shoes, but I think he's a very solid player for this roster. Haven't seen him really shine thus far, but it's still early in this series. And of course, this is going to be elimination round number 1 as well, guys. So one of these teams will not move forward, will go home. And Nemassist.
Oh my God, Suppress.
That's insane. He just flies forward like that, man. Gosh.
Hey, he knew what he wanted to do. Perfect free aim, perfect sherp slide, gets his way in, and that's what Native Red needs right now. They need explosive plays because they're finding themselves down by quite a bit early in this game. And well, Sceptify and Rammyy, the two players that you expect to pop off, both of them having a power weapon each, is not a great sign for Native Red.
What Suppress just did right there towards the top center of the map, just putting shots in and then backing off and getting his shields back, that's the style that I always see Suppress do so well in. And I don't know. I would love to take a look at damage stats or whatever. I heard damage stats were skewed and stuff. The stuff I heard about damage stats is weird, but I think Tony was explaining it to me. But regardless, I think the more damage you're able to put in, it's just got to get converted, right? You can put in that damage that doesn't get converted like that. That shot from Rammyy, not going to get converted. No one in position to really clean that up, and that shot goes unnoticed.
Yeah, basically wastes the entire sniper.
Yep, it's gone. Nice shot there by Sceptify, though. Gets the clean up on the assist there. Cloud9 starting to really roll forward. The snowball is getting too large. The Shroud screen goes down late. 29-19, a 10-kill lead. Rammyy not going to be able to stop anything by himself, but he goes down.
Swear the game will change. Cloud9, they're going to start spawning on top of each other, and the timings are going to be known for Native Red. If they can capitalize on this, they can start getting a huge swing in this game. You can see SoulSnipe, he's cautious. He doesn't want to waste this overshield. Check every corner, and you'll find yourself some rewards like a double kill. Oh, are you, what? There you go, 3 down, Rammyy.
What just happened? He just got completely melted there. Wasn't able to do much. Rammyy ends up with 9 kills thus far. Nemassist is having a solid game as well. But Cloud9 looking pretty solid versus Native Red roster. I didn't expect this at all, to be honest.
Cloud9, somehow they always do it, man. They figure out a way.
Sneaking on in. Like, here, guys, did you forget about us? I mean, honestly, the most threatening people are the ones you forget about, right? I mean, when it comes to competition, I should say. Beautiful nade placed perfectly on the nest box right there. Takes out one. 2 down for Cloud9. Sceptify trying to clean up the pieces here, but he's got to deal with Suppress. Suppress tiptoes on the ledge, but he gets taken out anyway.
What I love right there from Sceptify is his patience, right? He waits for his teammates to push in and then pushes together. And what that does is it just helps their timings, right? So often you'll see collapses be staggered. They're able to stop that, and I think that's why we've seen such efficient trades from Cloud9 thus far.
Can they continue on this trend, though, with those efficient trades? Because that's pretty much all they got to do. We talk about it often. When you have a lead like this, obviously, you just go 1 for 1 and you win at the end of the day. SoulSnipe and take out.
Triton did half the work. It's true. His Sentinel Beam went right back. I mean, not Sentinel Beam, his Heat Wave went right back and hit himself. It was like, hey.
That could happen from long.
Reminds me of many car rides with my brothers, let me tell you what.
Oh, man, you got to tell me that story. But here we go. That OS is coming up here shortly. Sceptify, so all you got to do on the top tower is just try to get as much damage as you can in, but it looks like that will be a OS for Native Red. It's half gone now, but Manny utilizes it. He's got a nice reversal, man, and you're not wrong about that bandit on land. My word.
Yeah, I think shreds. Unfortunately, every trade that goes down is just a point of pain for Native Red.
Still within 10 though. I mean, once it gets past 45 for me, I'm at that point it's like too hard and too impossible.
There we go, good shots, but the trade is there, right? And that's the thing, Cloud9, they keep finding that one pick. Like when you expect Native Red to have a clean collapse,
right?
There's always that one pick, that one moment that just ruins everything for Native Red.
Yeah, and by clean collapse, you're essentially saying, you know, pushing forward and not losing any of your teammates, essentially, and that's exactly what they need. So we'll see if they can make those clean collapses happen. The Native Red needs to have a lot of them at this point, but Manny using his AR in a big Ray right here, 38-45. Okay, this is interesting, right? If they pass this 45 mark, then it could, okay, there it is. That's the 46th kill. It's a bit tough at this point, but Cloud9 still in the driver's seat as of right now.
It's up to Native Red to get together. Now no deaths possible, right? It's essentially playing it as perfect as you can get.
They're all
Rammy's just gonna ruin everything.
Yep, there it is. Rammy's always ruining the party, man. He just, you know, we thought the comeback would happen. We thought maybe we'd have a game 5 of the series, but then comes Rammyy, 49-41, 1 kill left. Cloud9 will close this out.
Scorpion on the ground right there.
Man.
Oh, hey, Native Red, they don't hear no ring, they don't hear no bell. There we go.
There's the bell. Ding, 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 ding. Bring out the, do you want me to be the sign girl for you?
Yeah, we'll get you dressed up.
All right, awesome. Yeah, we'll have that after we get level 17 on the hype.
Yeah, big game 3 for G1. Back to King of the Hill. Recharge for them. Swish. Gonna really be the player you watch out for here. He seems to just have great routes and great positioning on this map.
Right now, the camo not being very valuable here. When you pick up camo, you just want to be in a situation where you can either provide a lot of information or provide damage or kills. Swish, unfortunately, he's going to take the low percentage fight with the camo. Not a lot of camo left, but regardless, it's gone. 3 down for G1 right away. Huss is the last player alive, and that will allow Shopify Rebellion to start to get some time on this hill right now, but look at how they're set up.
Huss was doing his best. Just trying to stay alive, and Cykul is just trying to fly at G1. As long as they have an anchor over at sea, it gives the freedom of Shopify Rebellion to keep pushing forward. And although Suspector has the shock rifle, he's not really in a position to take advantage of it.
We'll see if he's able to take advantage of it now. He gets that 1 kill, which clears out his area here on the pipes, but decides to rotate towards A. I don't mind this here. He's going to get that high ground. No one on glass just yet that he has to worry about. Suspector going to get a shot off with a shock, and that's the aggressive play by Rayne. That's a calculated play. That gets the kill and the shock in his hands.
I mean, essentially, it's a play that Suspector had to make. He had to change positions on the map, but just could not get to where he needed to be. G1 continue to spawn at A, and they should be able to find that shock rifle that's down in the Mangler pit as long as Suspector kept his eyes on it. And Huss, I love the smart heads-up play. He's trying to get towards this part of the map in particular to influence spawns. They want to continually be able to refill from here, but Shopify Rebellion, they just keep sending their numbers.
Yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, on this bottom center hill, like Tools has said multiple times, C is the anchor point. You want to make sure to control Plat and C. You want to make sure to control that area to attain this bottom center hill. And look, it looks like Shopify is doing just that. A couple more ticks and we will move over towards long haul. And there it is. Shopify get one hill, and they're continuing on the second one. This is a money hill, you call this, right?
Looking forward to these pushes. Look how G1 sending those players over towards pipes. What they're trying to do is they're trying to push a player into glass so that they can start having an access towards long haul and getting actual players towards the hill. They will be successful at that, but look how Mental and RyaNoob are backing up. They're trying to let the players push through so that they have the advantage on this fight, and it works perfectly for Mental.
Called out perfectly here. Mental trying to get two though. Oh, the slow move, the slow sensitivity, not able to get that lunge on the right-hand side, but regardless, two go down for Shopify here. And now G1 have control of the back C. Cykul stuck in batteries here, has to get out. This is his moment to try and live, but he cannot. Suspector spots him out.
G1 did get the flip of the spawns. Look at Shopify Rebellion, how they're gonna have to travel through the map. The thing about this hill is it's open to those angles over on Needles, but you can't really play through the middle of the map too fast or else you'll get punished. And you're going to see RyaNoob, his position's so exposed. Those nades are going to try to do its work.
Great job living there.
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised that RyaNoob's alive right now.
It's really hard to avoid nades inside the battery. Suspector trying to, oh, that's a beautiful clean kill. No shields, but 3 down for Shopify, like you said. And that's G1.
If I'm Suspector, I'm pushing out towards A right now. I'm pretty confident that my team's going to get this hill. I'm going to try to get to this next rotation. They're going to have one more push. You're basically trying to get these kills, and then you open up the rotate for Suspector.
Yeah, Suspector has to stop this rotation, though, here from RyaNoob. RyaNoob's going to take a lot of nade damage. That's a beautiful kill. That's a big kill right there. Unfortunately, secures the hill for a Shopify, I believe. Or for G1, I'm sorry. So that was a big kill. Now the hill transfers over to A. And you see Shopify already have immediate control, and the push is going to come out.
Yeah, I would like to see Suspector maybe not value his life as much right there. What's more important is that you get forward, but Huss opens up everything. And remote detonation on Cykul does two things. It opens up that bottom lane to push, but it also gets Shopify Rebellion out of that hill and allows them to score. Rayne's playing a dangerous game right here. He's left A. They're trying to basically create a reverse collapse over at A, and Rayne will be successful. Huge heads-up play by those players at Pipes to recognize that A was open, push back in with Rayne, and find the players that were lurking back, basically forcing splits on the map and giving Shopify Rebellion control once again.
Yeah, Shopify spawned perfectly. They've got the Pipes, they've got A, they've got top glass, I believe, as well, or top gold. Suspector, he's going to take a couple shots from the crossfire here. One of the most interesting parts about this map is the amount of crossfire that comes in. Shopify very quickly, by the way, get that second hill.
Yeah, I mean, that hill right there is just so easy to grab. When you get control, it feels like an impossible task to break, and G1 just weren't up for it this time around. And look how Shopify Rebellion, they had instant access to go up into C plat. They took it, and now G1 are going to have to fight through once again as two players from control lurk, and well, Suspector. Woo, he made some quick work out of that. Great damage on the second, a great kill on the first.
Again, look how much value that is, though. You know, everyone says value your life. It's not only about staying alive. It's just about what you're able to do. There's, you know, it's a 4v4. I know I'm simplifying it for everybody, but it's a 4v4, and if you're able to get a kill and a half, you know, put half damage into another person, you're giving your team the advantage there. And at the end of the day, the more you do that, and the more successful you'll be. But we're talking about the best players in the game right here that these players are doing this against. So very important. And there it is, Swish, another beautiful kill there. 2 go down on a Shopify Rebellion, but no one getting hill time just yet. G1 need an answer. Nice shot there, cleans it up. That shot camo combo is insane.
Yeah, he's just going incognito. He's waiting.
Oh,
waiting.
Oh, this is good. He sets it up, sets up the one. He
groused.
He wanted it.
He said, no. Let me get underneath that shot. No connection
It happens to me all the time. Yeah, mouse and keyboard, when I'm sniping, people crouch all the time, and it throws me off incredibly. Mental not thrown off whatsoever. 3 go down here for G1, and now Shopify in control once again. How important is Rayne on that glass, by the way?
It's just absolutely important because it's forcing the spawns towards A, so now they have to run through the crosses in order to get towards this hill, and well, you can see because of that, Mental has no one that's putting any pressure on him for any time soon.
They're all fighting for glass up here, it seems like. Huss is going to drop down into batteries. He goes down. Suspector now in batteries as well. They're just trying to get that pepper damage in. But Mental, very good job by staying alive here. Look at the assists on this Shopify roster. 11 for Mental, 11 for RyaNoob. That's what you like to see.
Yeah, they've just been efficient at like forcing G1 through lanes that are heavily contested with multiple BRs. And because of that, it's just a little bit easier to get those assists, while G1, they're largely relying on entry frags. And well, the nature of entry frags are going to be individual pivotal kills.
Right. And there it is. 3 caps on the board for Shopify in what seemed like such a short amount of time. The only issue is, although I don't think it will play a factor, that time clock dwindling down, approaching 110 seconds here very shortly. That hill, of course, moving towards that needle side. And what is the most important thing to control when you're having this needle side hill?
Everything's about getting towards the elevator. Get towards the back of A. You want to be able to refill spawns. And while Mental got there, he is able to get the kill. Shopify Rebellion, if they win these fights, they'll win the spawns. And Rayne goes and takes his victory lap. He gets the throne right here at A. Controls these spawns. And although we're still seeing these splits over by Shopify Rebellion, they're not going to play this time at all. They're just going to play Slayer for the next 50 seconds.
That's a good way to do it, right? You've got 4 players that you don't know where they are. You've got no indicator. And Shopify will utilize that because...
Oh, RyaNoob 10-2, Cycles, breaking ankles.
Oh, no, he's still not dead. Where the heck did he go? Well, Cycle's just doing work. Cycle's just losing everybody at this point. Nice shots right there. Ends up going down, though. I mean, 42 seconds to put 2 hills on the board. It just becomes really difficult at this point. 3 dead for Shopify.
Not impossible, though, right? They have the spawns that they want. A's in their control. It's going to be hard for Shopify Rebellion to contest. Now, you can't really let there be a lot of neutral time in this position. You want to have as much time as possible to work when this hill moves to bottom mid, as it's a much more contest-heavy hill.
There you go. No one in the hill just yet. That time will continue to dwindle.
This, man.
It's aggressive. Yeah, very aggressive here. He's taking on a 2v1. No one's in the hill. Suspector is anchoring A, which allows them to get some more time here. He gets off of A. Hopefully that spawn comes out, but it doesn't matter. 4 dead, 4 G1. And that'll be Shopify controlling
Shopify Rebellion was playing a position in which they were content with letting G1 have that hill and playing for the next rotation. G1 try to push into that position, and once they lose that initial frag, it opens up the map for Shopify Rebellion to flip out the spawns and honestly win this game. There's just nothing G1 can do. They have to fight through these BRs. Suspector's the last alive. He'll desperately try to push through, and it's going to be G1 fall and lose their position in this tournament. A top 12 finish for them.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And Shopify Rebellion continue on to a top 8 placement at minimum.
That is unfortunate. But Shopify, they don't have the top 12 curse to worry about anymore. Shopify are going to move forward and continue to have their tournament run. And honestly, we'll take a look at the elimination bracket at some point, but regardless, I mean, a great win for Shopify right there. I really thought that they played well. What do you think? Was that their 100%?
That's what I love to see is, honestly, they need to win a game. They need to win a series like this at 3-0 to prove that this is a roster that should stick together. I mean, they have a lot of confidence in themselves. They're trying to do the best. Let's take a look at some of these other matches that are going on. Native Red and Cloud9 tied up 1-1. That's on your Alpha stream, but let's take a look over here at Native White and Complexity. It's a 1-1 tie at the moment.
Interesting.
As these guys are going at it at King of the Hill. It's a 1-0 lead for Native Red thus far. Cloud9 trying to create a huge upset in the bracket.
We'll see if they're able to do so. It looks like Native Red have the momentum here thus far. Suppressed, newest addition to Native Red. How do you think Suppressed has fit in to this Native Red roster? I've talked about him before, and simplistically, I always just call him the glue because I just feel like he fits on any roster he's on.
Yeah, he's definitely a player that's been improving at a rapid pace, got his first chance in some AIDS lobbies back in Halo 5, and has just slowly been making a name for himself. Very impressive player. He's had a chance with this roster before, and they got basically eliminated in the open bracket on the bubble all the way back at Charlotte when Druk had. Who was it that wasn't able to make it? Was it Druk at that tournament that wasn't able to make it?
I believe so. I believe it was. Druk hasn't been able to make it for a couple. Right? It's been a couple of them, but regardless, Suppress has had so many opportunities on so many different teams. He started off on SSG. I mean, way back. You know, SSG had picked him up for a while, but regardless, here, Native Red about to take a 2-cap lead potentially over Cloud9, but. Well, we're back, guys. I apologize for the inconvenience, but we're back here in action, ready to go. And as you can see, Native Red has taken a very sizable lead here, 3-0. Cloud9, not really any sign of them bringing this back thus far. Not a lot of momentum on that side.
Yeah, honestly, Cloud9, this is like desperation mode. With only a minute left on the clock, you really have to just force your way through and start getting slays at a rapid pace. You can't really let any time slip off this clock.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, it's unfortunate, you know, I think Rammy's having a really solid game if we're kind of looking at stats here. You know, but, you know, you can't have a solid game every game, and that's understandable. But like you said, only 40 seconds left on the clock, and that time will continue to dwindle. And again, this is another scenario where they'll just play the time, they'll just get the slays.
There's no reason to even jump.
Yeah, just play free-for-all at this point, right?
Ooh. I love this from Rammyy, just staying back, getting shots down. You don't have to take any damage. They'll flood to you. Rammy's the only player alive that can contest, and Manny's just going to fly into the very back to ensure no one spawns next to this hill.
That's a heads-up play right there. They try to push on in through the tower side, but got a lot of fight ahead of them here. You got two players defending, and Sceptify is gonna try and make his way. Nemassist just pushes in, kind of a desperate situation, not really gonna make anything happen of that. And you see right there on your screen, Native Red gonna take game number 3, and they'll go up 2-1 in the series.
Yeah, it's just the way that it crumbles sometimes whenever you're playing King of the Hill. Once you're up 3-0, it's almost like a GG inherently. You just play Slayer. You don't need a win at 4-0.
Right.
It's not any
unless you're FaZe, right?
Yeah, unless you're FaZe. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, FaZe yesterday. For those of you guys that weren't able to catch it, they I forgot who they were playing against, but they were BMing pretty hard. And you know, even though they didn't need to get in the hill, and it could have potentially bit them in the butt, they got in the hill to kind of troll a bit. And a new level of disrespect, but we love to see that back and forth. It's esports. This is what it's all about, you know. But here you go. Look at the bracket here. The elimination bracket on your screen. You've got, obviously, G1. They're going to go home, unfortunately. Shopify Rebellion will move on here. And it looks like we just watched oh, sorry?
I think Quadrant and BitterSweet might have started their first game.
Yeah.
Take a look over here. The EU boys going up against BitterSweet.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we have no stat board to look out for this.
We don't need a stat. I'm looking.
But we can still see the name at the bottom.
Oh, cool. Okay. TchiK is with the snipe here. Cherished kind of playing that lower side, just making sure no one's pushing on through. But we'll make sure that they'll get that up for you guys. But the Sica Quadrant guys. I mean, Optic Gaming. They've had a really good time against Optic Gaming in the past. Obviously, last event, they eliminated Optic and placed third, their highest placing ever. The highest placing for an international team in the history of Halo since I was watching back in the day, and that's kind of crazy to see. But unfortunately, in this event, Quadrant really haven't been able to have the same type of the same type of prowess, I guess is the right word. Optic completely shut them down. Does that affect them the rest of the event, though?
I mean, I think Quadrant will bounce back. Very strong team. I think when you play against teams like Optic, SSG, and FaZe, and you're able to keep those competitive, it's going to be that back and forth.
Right.
You can never count on yourself winning a series 100% of the time.
And that makes sense. I mean, it's funny. It's like it's a chess match, right? You play these teams. If you lose against them too much, now it's time to do some VOD review. It's time to study what these teams are doing to win against you, and then you counter it. And it's just a back and forth. Every single event, you have one team countering another team, and now at the end results, we see that Optic did put Quadrant in the elimination bracket, and now they're forced to fight BitterSweet, who is a very solid roster in their own right, and have gotten very much better as this event has gone forward. But Quadrant do still lead this game, and only 5 minutes left. We saw how hard it is to get caps here. 2 caps on the board already. That's tough.
Yeah, it's just Quadrant's just outslaying at the moment, and BitterSweet needs to find some sort of solution to that, whether it's winning a pivotal fight, getting those snipers in your hands. So far, it's just been complete control for Quadrant, and that all funnels through the slays that they've been able to get.
Can they continue on the slays here? SLG, S7. Locked and loaded, ready to go. KingJay takes a bullet, gonna run away here. He gets taken out there by TchiK though, but SLG will trade it out. 3 down for BitterSweet. SLG finds an opening, goes towards the back of flag. This will be a pull.
Make lemonade out of lemons. I mean, SLG, he misses a shot. He's like, I got to grapple. I'm going to try to make something happen. He continues to try to do so.
Oh, my word.
He's eating shots. Oh, KingJay shuts him down before he can get inside the vent to safety. But SLG making some great improvisations throughout this game.
I love improv. Later, Tools and I are going to have a rap battle if we hit a certain sub goal. So if you guys want to watch that, make sure to use that Twitch Prime. But here we go, Diagram, one of the triplets. I can't imagine being a triplet, and having kids my age competing in the one game I decided to compete in. It's just crazy. It's crazy to me, man. It's there's got to be a lot of turmoil in that family. You know what I mean?
Active, lactives, the skills.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry, it took me a while to come up with that one.
I
could tell. Ready for the rap battle. Don't worry about it.
Oh man, we have fun over here, guys. We do, and the matches have definitely not disappointed us. They haven't disappointed us, I should say.
Tim, more like bad.
Oh no, that's not good. No,
it's not just right.
Cringe.
Here we go, SLG. He's back on his way, and this is what I love about SLG. He's always trying to create the entry point, right? Yep. And he's going to be aggressive, and that's why you're seeing so many engagements on his stat line, right? 17 kills, 10 assists, 14 deaths. It's not necessarily a bad thing to have high deaths. It just shows that you're playing more of that entry fragger role. And SLG, the more I watch him play, the more impressed I am with his ability to really create space for teams.
So the more deaths I have, I can just tell my team I'm an entry fragger. I appreciate that because I needed an excuse.
You got to get the kills too, man.
Oh, okay.
Well, we had, so there is actually like roles, right? You have your objective player, your slayers, your entry fraggers, your initiators, and then we have roles for players like you. They're called BKs. If you want to go learn about that, you can maybe ask Walshy over on the other side of the building.
Or stupid noobs is what I was told too, that role is called. But regardless, KingJay, I'm really impressed with KingJay, especially in this event. I feel like he's played phenomenal this weekend, just based off of what we've seen. KingJay is a player. I mean, he has 1 assist. He got his first assist just now, but regardless, he's slaying it out. He's playing his life tremendously well, and that's what you like to see. But it's what really has to happen here? I mean, we talked about it before. Past that 50% portion, is Quadrant just playing a whole bunch of stonewall defense at this point?
Well, I think they're letting BitterSweet push. They're just opening up specific lanes, so really those underneath perimeter lanes, and they're just waiting for players to push through them, and they just keep winning fights. You keep seeing it. They just keep trying to they're trying to force something to happen. It's just Quadrant's playing this like bend, don't break, and well, they're bending mighty strong.
That stick will connect out of Piggy. 2 minutes left here. It's not impossible, but it's improbable at this point, especially on a map like Argyle, such a one of the biggest maps, I would say, in this circuit at the moment in the league. But a minute and 40 is not a lot of time. Diagram does get that quantum translocator, posts himself up top center. See if he can wait a minute. Oh, we almost dude, we almost saw it. That would have been sick.
Oh, so the only way he could have done that better is if he would have 180'd in the air to make sure his Spartan was facing the other way. So when he did translocate, his reticle would have been in the right position. So he had to wait. He had to waste a little bit of time in order to get that reticle where it needed to be. And those are the kind of little niche plays that you're going to see as the quantum translocator gets more competitive experience. That you'll see changes and more efficiency with that equipment.
I'm excited to see it as time goes on. Efficiency is king here. Piggy's going to pull another flag here. My question is, how do you get past Sica, who's not missing, putting massive amounts of damage in terms of body shots? Not able to clean up anybody, though. They're still all alive. Cherished does go down, but Diagram's still there to relay that flag. And look at the response. It's just crazy fast. TchiK comes through. Another kill. And they just can't get this flag any further.
Yeah, Sica makes it look flashy, but that play's all created by TchiK and his flank over on those players. They were trying their best to stay alive and wait for help, but TchiK finds the empty space and, well, basically forces those players into action, in which Sica has easy pickings.
I see the beautiful Unique in the chat, one of the community map creators. We really appreciate you here on Halo, man. Yes, I do want a purple midship, please. I'm an old man. But Cherished playing on one of our newer maps, Argyle. I'm curious what everyone thinks of Argyle. What do you think of Argyle as a map? Do you obviously, as this game ends, it's going to be a 2-0. Quadrant will go up 1. What do you think of Argyle as a map in the game, though? Are you starting to like it more? Do you like it more than you did before?
I'm only here so I don't get fined.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm here so I don't get fined as well, so we'll move on very quickly to NativeRed versus Cloud9. NativeRed are on 2-1 here, and they're looking to make that 3 with this oddball game. 81 seconds already in round number 1. Can they close this one out? They've got full control of Tram.
Yeah, I mean, so far, NativeRed's just playing a clean game. They have this ball as far away from Cloud9 as possible. As long as you force Cloud9 to fly into your reticles, you're just going to have success at the end of the day. And so far, it's just easy pickings for these players as Cloud9 continues to see the respawn screen.
Yeah, this will be another 5 seconds of quick and easy ball time. Manny, not very happy with that wall. So many times he died because of that wall, and he'll make it pay. But round number 2. This is where Cloud9 have to answer back again. This is a very important match for them. They've gotten 1 on the board here, so if you're Cloud9, you know it's not impossible to bring this series back. All you need is this win here, and then you go to a game 5. Clutch it up at that point, but at least getting 1 on a NativeRed, who has been a prominent roster for so very long, is definitely not something to be shaking your head at. Overkill for Rammyy.
Plays from Rammyy right there. He was playing patient, letting his teammates get damaged down, and was that entry player over on the shotgun side. Went through, got the player at benches, B stairs, then eventually the trade on rockets, and a little rocket for the overkill. He'll get 5 in a row to start this game. Exactly what you needed. A little bit of a momentum boost to start this game.
Yeah, we didn't get to see the overkill. I'm sure it was beautiful. Just seeing in the chat, kill feed, I'm sorry, is good enough, I guess, for now. Very, very nice. But Triton, he's going to end up going down there. It'll be one down for each squad. Ball in front of Rammyy trying to just make his way forward, trying to just find an opening to grab that ball. But look how slow Triton is playing. I'm sorry, Taulek is playing with SoulSnipe there. Very good angles to hold. Make sure that ball doesn't get picked up.
And so far, I mean, Taulek's making this so annoying for Cloud9. They've done all this opening work to get ball time, and Taulek has just refused to let them get that any further back into their base. And while a well-timed flank from Suppressed is going to tear apart Cloud9's setup, he's going to be able to rotate all the way to Cafe, and Cloud9 just cannot do anything about it. Just beautiful, beautiful plays. And it starts by Taulek staying alive over at Purple Stairs and having the trust that his teammate Suppressed will come in on the flank.
That Suppressed does. Comes in on the flank, rotates the ball over to A, and you see Taulek. He's going to end up going down there, and so that play ball will be called. It will go towards the bottom center of the map. A very ambitious challenge against the shock rifle, the sock rifle player, but unfortunately it does not pay off. Power up into the hands of Cloud9.
Hey, what do you see Rammyy get up high? That red gun, you want it up on a perch, ensure that it gets maximum damage down, especially you wanted it for this fight over at A. Instead, you're going to have basically a free-for-all over at these rockets at ATMs.
Very scrappy.
Heads up play by Triton right there. Do not go just straight for those rockets and fall for the nade trap. Go in, get damage, and he's continuing to get damage.
Beautiful.
Triton, although he doesn't get those rockets away for his team, he basically prevents Native Red from doing so and buys time for his teammates to eventually find the golden goose.
That's exactly what they do. I don't know what, I was going to make the sound of a goose, but I'm not sure what sound a goose makes, so I'll just stick to great play. Uh-oh. Great play by Nemassist. The rocket's in his hands. No more left to work with. Nemassist is playing this phenomenally. Look at him. He gets the rockets. As I say that, unfortunately, he gets taken out, but playing that phenomenally. Just tons of damage being output.
Guys, we had to move the goose out of the can't believe, you know, we're right next to this, to a wet pad. I'm sure the geese like to come there. And
that is true.
We got him out of the building. Don't worry about it. We won't hear any more honks for the rest of the day, but Sceptify doing his best to get some of this damage down. And in reality, what needs to happen is Cloud9 needs to be focused on ensuring that they don't give up free ball time to Native Red. And well, that's what they've just done. That ball, see how close it was from being played out into the middle?
Yep,
they weren't able to successfully do that. And because of that, Taulek's going to be able to rotate all the way. The red room spawn comes in. They have to trek across the entire map just to contest this ball.
Look how many kills Manny got, though, on that rotation. Like, you know, they were pushing on that B side. Manny's able to get a double there. SoulSnipe's able to stay alive as well. They've got full hold on this A site. Look at all of Cloud9 across the map on those spawns. Now you've got to walk into the bulldog of SoulSnipe, and the information given on that B side, SoulSnipe looking to play defense as tightly as possible here on the Neons, and they'll do just that. This Bulldog's so very strong. Even at range, it does so much damage.
Yeah, honestly, it maybe needs a little tweak. HCS, maybe a little bit too strong, just like how Taulek can take strong positions on the map, try to stop that ball from rotating, but just didn't have any help on its way. Native Red will have to trek through, and Cloud9 can start to build their lead once again.
All right, Cloud9 have a chance to answer back, guys. A very important game for them. Native Red win this, Cloud9's gone. That is not, if you're a Cloud9 fan, that is not what you want to see. I'm a big fan of this Cloud9 roster. I think they've got a lot of potential here. Sceptify having a way better game in this game as well, so all it takes is one player to pop off. Nemassist, beautiful job transferring over to help his teammate and Rammyy, making something happen there. Beautiful shots as well by Suppressed.
Honestly, this play all starts with that missed rocket. It gets a hit marker, but I think they're trying to be a little bit too fancy. You know, sometimes you just overthink it.
Yep.
You shoot a rocket out, doesn't do it, doesn't get that kill. You really rely on that rocket for a free, unanswered kill. And because of that, Native Red were able to contest for much longer than Cloud9 had anticipated.
The way things have gone, Cloud9 are definitely taking advantage of every inch they can get. And because of that, 75 seconds and counting is the score here. Suppressed, he's going to be on that C stairs side, just trying to find an opening to push in here. He finds an opening. A lot of players weak out of Cloud9, but he's got a lot of work to do here. The peak shots are going to be good. He's got help now. This is a great push. Beautifully done. 2 down for Cloud9.
It was Suppressed. Yeah, he got the wiggles, baby. Little left, right, jiggle, peek. He's doing it effectively, waits for help, and now he's the tip of the spear. Get in, get expanded. They're trying to take as much space on the map as possible, and suddenly you're starting to see Cloud9's hopes disappear. Look at how much space Native Red was able to capture, with them only needing about 30 more seconds. You have 1-2 more good pushes left from Cloud9, and you have a rocket in the hands of Native Red.
And that's all you've seen out of Native Red, is they have that one clean push and they extend it to this. How much work Cloud9 needed to do to get that 78 seconds, and just like that, that lead is gone. 80 seconds here for Native Red. They've already got a round on the board. This round will send Cloud9 home if they're able to close out the next 20 seconds.
Sceptify did a great job to get back. Got those shots in, and, well, he's getting the help for his team. Native Red, they go 3 down. Taulek's the last alive. He has access towards this ball, and this is a huge blunder by Cloud9, is them not taking the lead off that push when they're getting those players down.
1 minute left. 2 seconds separate the two. Taulek taking the top C side, puts some shots into Triton. That's going to be the kill. 3 down for Cloud9. Now Native Red, all they need to do is get this ball to a safe spot. You don't want to mess around with 2 seconds here. You don't want to just live on that 2 seconds. Even though you have a lead, you can't play the time just yet. You got to get into comfortable position, and right now, that's what they're looking to do.
Well, the problem is Cloud9's not finding the slaves that they need. This ball keeps getting further and further away from them. It's a last-second desperate push that's going to come down to determine this game. Now suddenly, Native Red, they don't even think about playing the neutral time. There's only 10 more seconds, so this thing is done and dusted.
Rammyy gets his teammate to spawn onto Red. This could be the push. They decide to go back around the other way. Here comes the push. That will be the nade. 99 and 100. Native Red will move on, and Cloud9 unfortunately do go home. A great job by Native Red to close out that series, but now don't go anywhere because we're hopping right on board with Quadrant and BitterSweet. Quadrant up 1-0 in this series.
That shroud screen goes up. It's not time for that contest over towards the overshield, but the players from Quadrant weren't able to secure it right away, but BitterSweet didn't have any answer. Oh my God! Lqgend sends the stick. He sends him back to his teammate. Double kill. Quadrant is blowing this one apart.
That was absolutely beautiful. A beautiful use of the repulsor, a beautiful use of the sticky as well. We talked about it earlier, and it comes to fruition. A beautiful play.
And I've heard about players sending the stickies back to their opponents. I haven't seen them stick an opponent and then send their opponent back to their opponent. Double kill is going to change everything in this game. Suddenly, BitterSweet is reactionary at best.
Yeah, 2 down for Quadrant right now. Diagram trying to make a play happen here. He's got to push through. There's the heat wave. It doesn't come to fruition. 26-12 so far, the lead here in game number 2. Quadrant looking to close this right now, and they're doing it in great fashion. Lots in terms of slays. This team is phenomenal. Lqgend 9 and 2, extending it. Sica with another one.
Yeah, just everything's going right for Quadrant at the moment. There's nothing that BitterSweet can do. They're starting to get Cykul throughout these spawns. What's imperative is that they get 4 players up at the same time and ready to shoot the same thing. That's our only way to start prying their way back into this game.
Sica putting tons of damage into BitterSweet. The push comes in. Sica ends up going down. That's going to be 2 down for Quadrant and an opportunity for BitterSweet to push through. But Lqgend immediately shuts that down and continues on this tear. They're up by so many kills right now. This is looking impossible for BitterSweet.
It's just the deficit that keeps growing, and honestly, Quadrant's just playing at a speed that just seems to be too much for BitterSweet to handle right now, and SLG's ripping them apart with the sniper rifle.
We've seen SLG with this sniper. You don't want to put your head in the crosshair. It will get removed, but let me tell you something right now. Him being on top tower is going to be a problem. Instantly, KingJay is forced to back off, and SLG is forced to relocate, but now he's getting pinched. He's got to be a bit careful here. Regardless, though, 3 down for BitterSweet.
It's a, you know, you might want to get your orders in. Medium rare, well done, whatever you prefer.
Steaks.
It looks like steaks on the menu. Quadrant just is running away with this game.
They are. They're looking dominant. Probably very angry after the loss against Optic game. They lost to Optic 3-1. While we saw last event, they were able to take third. In Game 5, they won in a dominant fashion against Optic. Well, it was pretty close, actually, but regardless, they played really well. SLG's going to fall off the map. That removes 1 kill off the board, but still, he needs to fall off the map about 21 more times for this.
Yeah, I mean, if BitterSweet does win this game, it's the greatest comeback in the history.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, hey, you know what? I'm rooting for it. BitterSweet, let's start going. Kill after kill. Let's see the greatest comeback in Slayer history.
It'll be very tough for them to do that. But a great roster, man. You know, unfortunately, KingJay's having a bit of a rough game here, and you're not meant to play perfect Halo every game. That would mean that we were aliens, and I heard you were an alien, by the way, Tools. I heard, you know, we just figured out that aliens do exist from words of some man, and I think you were one of them. So.
Thanks, I guess.
Yeah, I think you're one of them. I'm not an alien, though. Definitely not. Chat, type 1 if you believe in aliens. But here we go, KingJay. I mean, a rough game, but he's played phenomenally all weekend. I mean, there's nothing to scoff at. It's just the way it is, like, you're BitterSweet and you're playing Quadrant in the elimination bracket. What are you going to do? Like, it's just BitterSweet doesn't have that time, doesn't have, unfortunately, the chemistry built just yet, but doesn't mean their future is not bright at this point.
You got to take your lumps, you know, sometimes.
Yep, exactly.
You have a rough game, you learn from it, you grow as a team, and you try to figure out what your next steps are in the future tournaments. Right now, I think their focus is kind of another couple kills, prevent this from being a steak dinner.
Only 1 kill. Imagine. I don't think this is going to be a steak. You know what? I don't think so. BitterSweet, come on. There it is. They got to get 1 more, though. I think 30 kills is still a steak. There it is. It's a steak, isn't it? It is. I believe.
No, that's
it's not. Look at that. No, but in all honesty, this is still game number 2. Quadrant's up 2-0. I mean, we would have to see a massive transition in who these guys are as players in that BitterSweet roster. But again, it's growing pains. This is what happens, man. You take the losses and you just work with them. You know, it's how you react to these situations. It's how you play off of that, and we'll see what BitterSweet does as the series goes on.
Yeah, it's gonna top position down 0-2 in this pool, elimination round. Recharge King of the Hill gonna be their next challenge ahead of them. And honestly, I don't know what they can do in this situation. Quadrant look mighty good, and they look like they're poised to make another losers bracket run.
Well, we'll have to find out. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, a lot more Halo action coming at you from the SSG HCS Invitational. Welcome back. Here we go. Going into game number 3. Quadrant versus BitterSweet. BitterSweet looking for some sort of an answer here. Will they find it right now, though?
I mean, honestly, they've been perfect so far at the start of this game. TchiK is the only player with a kill on the side of Quadrant. BitterSweet been dominating the kill feed, and thus far have been taking a pretty advantageous lead on this hill. Honestly, this is a completely different team than what we saw in the previous Slayer.
Sometimes you need to reset and just regain, and maybe that's what BitterSweet did. Maybe this could be one of their stronger game types. A lot of potential on this right-hand side, on this blue team. Right now, they've got a lot of work to do to begin this reverse sweep.
Yeah, I like this from Sica. He's instantly trying to get into the very back of this base to influence spawns, but Cherished was there to find a kill, but Sica just outflanks the flanker. And that's what you have to do sometimes, just be the furthest player back so you have the most map to look at and to react to.
It's chess at the end of the day, essentially. Chess with guns. I like to call Halo. A lot of mind that goes into this game. It's not just about hitting your 4-shot, hitting your shots. You know, I hear that so very often. There's so much mental that goes into it, understanding spawns, understanding when to push, when to be aggressive. Sica knows exactly when to be aggressive. He gets the kills necessary, but unfortunately, they go 3 down. That is Quadrant, so maybe a chance for BitterSweet to get a bit of control on the map and finish off this hill.
So close to finishing this one out. KingJay knows that he has to prioritize these spawners. They're going to be coming through control to get towards C plat. Because not only does this C control the first hill spawns, it also controls the second. Look how fast KingJay is on this flank. Quadrant, do they expect a thing?
Now this used to be a money hill because it was on the long haul side, but now it's placed on the C plat. So the only money hill I would say that we have are the 2 at the very end, the A hill and the Needle hill as well. But regardless, this hill's still very hard, or still very difficult to hold just due to all the side angles on it. Double kill coming out from Sica, and that will initiate Quadrant taking some time.
And so far, you're going to have to see BitterSweet separate their numbers and push through at different lanes at the same time. You want to have a player that opens up the mid lane while you're pushing out these spawns. Sica has to take his way across the map to get back towards hill, and that's largely because of the noise that's being made across the map from Piggy and Cherished. But oh my God,
that is insane.
He's not done. He's not done.
Those players were sent there to take SLG off a glass, and he performs a beautiful task of taking both of them out by himself. A great double kill there will maintain Quadrant having control of glass, but all the while, BitterSweet did put 1 hill on the board, and Quadrant answering back with 25% of this hill as well. It looks like BitterSweet finally stepping up to set up right here.
Right, everything's about your anchor in this game, especially on King of the Hill. Who is that player at back C is the most important because it's your pivot foot. It allows you to play dynamically throughout the map. So although SLG was able to stay alive and get that double kill because the spawns flipped out, it allowed BitterSweet to instantly refill the numbers off spawn and have the advantage on that push that Quadrant had to make.
And that push just came through once again, and a double kill comes out for KingJay, utilizing those plasmas on the floor. Lqgend, his camo is going to be null and void and for the next 2 minutes, and he won't be able to utilize that to get any gain on this hill.
And so far, Quadrant just haven't been able to get that sort of control of the map that they had at the beginning of this hill. These 2 kills, though, could change everything. SLG had a massive double before. He's going to be able to help with 2. And if they can find Diagram and Cherish, suddenly they open up all the possibilities on the second hill.
Not only did SLG stay alive there when he was 1 burst from dying, but gets his shields back and throws a nade to prevent BitterSweet from pushing on in. Piggy, though, takes that out of the equation, gets the kill onto SLG, and looking for more is BitterSweet as they attempt to get control.
That's only the step 1 of the equation, right? You can get that kill on the hill, but you have to push out and provide space for your team, and that's what Diagram's trying to accomplish at the moment, but SLG has been a frustrating player to take down early in this game.
Oh, Piggy gets 1 onto TchiK, but well, yeah, he's got to deal with SLG. The wiggle comes out, but no jiggle as he ends up going down.
It took 3 players, though, to take down SLG in that position, and it minimized the time that BitterSweet had to capture this hill, but if they can take a 2-0 lead against Quadrant and just find themselves that little bit of momentum, you just take it a round at a time, and suddenly it's a game at a time.
got some, I wouldn't say young players, but younger players on this BitterSweet roster. And I honestly, when they start to make some things happen, the energy could rise on the team, and that just creates a whole bunch of opportunity. Great kill by Cherished. That's going to be the start of it all, but they have SLG on the nades here. I'm sorry, that's Sica. Look what he's able to do here. Jiggling around, staying alive, completely just playing his life. Even though he has full, like half shield still remaining, he still plays his life in such a great way. And then he doesn't, because I said something.
Well, no, it's just a great play by Piggy. He just played very aggressive out, expected the pushback, and was able to capitalize because of that. But this is going to come down to basically one more round of slays, and whoever can come out on front.
We got a player cam on the middle right corner of the screen. You can see KingJay. He's at the forefront of that player cam, and like I said, has been having a solid weekend thus far. But this 2 hills is very important. You mentioned it, Tools. And they're looking to potentially get this right now. But look at Sica. Comes from behind, the timing a bit off.
It's not even necessarily that the timing's off. He just needed to get into the hill. He tried to play for the slay first. It gives BitterSweet that second hill capture. And, well, I think they also won the rotation because he got that kill and then influenced C. So it's just unfortunate series of events that turned potentially to disaster.
Yeah, and SLG goes down. He's the only player on A to really kind of contest this. Piggy gets a kill on a TchiK. What is going on right now? We're seeing a very different BitterSweet. I'm enjoying it. I definitely would love to see a reverse sweep here. This will be a massive comeback here from BitterSweet. But we're going to have to see a lot more because look at that timer at the bottom center of your screen. 44 seconds and counting. Quadrant have to answer now, and they don't have a lot of time to do so.
The thing about this hill is once you gain control, it's fairly easy to keep it. But they're having to battle through. 2 players left alive for BitterSweet, but they happen to be in the hill. Here comes Cherished. He's the last player alive that can stop this Quadrant push.
TchiK in the hill, holding down the fort, but right now he's only one man. He's got Sica on that glass side. Sica goes down. Lqgend goes down as well to a trade. That's 3 down for Quadrant. TchiK the last player alive, and that's all 4 dead for Quadrant. BitterSweet decide to stay in the hill, though, and not play this time.
And finally getting out, and 30 seconds left to camouflage for Sica. They're going to have one more attempt.
This is all they need right here. One attempt, but it's shut down instantly. A beautiful job by Diagram. BitterSweet is coming alive.
No, absolutely phenomenal play by Diagram, and really the rest of BitterSweet. That's how you know they're coordinated. They're listening to each other at the moment. They will take this 3rd game, and, well, great upside potential for BitterSweet. Like we said, it's a hill at a time.
Yep.
Once it's a hill at a time, it becomes a game at a time.
That's
Able
right.
to get the job done. Quadrant will have to play one more game at minimum in order to try to continue on their losers bracket run.
You know what I love the most is that we didn't see a pop-off there, right? We didn't see them celebrating. It's not over. Your job is not done yet. There's no reason to pop off. There's no reason to get excited. You still have another game to win in order to bring this to a Game 5 on Aquarius TS, but we still have to get past Streets Oddball here, and that's going to be a bit of a tough one for BitterSweet. I feel like, you know, maybe they'll have a tougher time against Quadrant.
Yeah, just a longer duration of gameplay that you have
more mistakes to make, right?
Yeah, you just have more opportunity to make mistakes. Usually the longer a game goes, the better team will win is usually the philosophy.
What SSG does, they love to, you know, you guys know how SSG is. They love to make that fun content, and we love to see it. This world is too serious sometimes, you know what I mean? So here we go. Let's do what we love and watch some Halo. Maybe a potential reverse sweep coming in here by BitterSweet, but they've still got a lot of work to do. It's 2-1 in the series score. BitterSweet have a chance to tie it up right here and bring this to a Game 5. Will they do it?
Ton of ground to make up, but BitterSweet comes out strong. 2 kills immediately. KingJay using that shroud screen to get away free rockets. This is about as perfect as you can get it. Oh boy, they continue on with their momentum.
Yeah, this is what you need. I told you before, well, we both said it. You need one hill, you turn that into one game, and then one game turns into a series. This is called momentum. And these players, they have a high ceiling where they can reach, potential of where they can play really well. And then, you have the average, where you just play normally. And I don't think anyone on BitterSweet has hit their potential just yet. So we might see that in this game.
Yeah, sometimes you get forged by fire, take your lumps, and you start to make something happen. So far, I like Sica's aggressive play. He's trying to scatter BitterSweet's ability to play together. If you get those kills, you start putting them on cycles where they're spawning away from each other. There's just less firepower to deal with on the map.
Quadrant has cemented their position here in Tram, and there's only one player that can potentially stop that, and that's Piggy. Threat removed, but look at the rest of BitterSweet. Pushing on through very aggressively. Cherished does not go in first. He's down to no shields, so he lets his teammate take care of the heavy lifting, and he comes in second, but he's going to be taken out as well. Great job by Quadrant on that defense.
Problem is for BitterSweet is they keep getting these kills, but they're not getting past the point of the front of C. They need to get into this base if they want to contest this ball. So far, it's 35 seconds of uncontested time, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. It looks like they're very aware of where these players are pushing from.
Yeah, Quadrant just kind of looks like, you know, they're very comfortable on this Tram side. Sica, what a great route. It's a great route, right? It gets them to clean up. Rockets, 2 seconds here, though. Can utilize those, but that counter's going up real quickly. 47 seconds and counting.
This would be great. You see how he gets forward off. I would like to see him play a little bit more of a passive role right there and use those rockets as a bait to open up a kill, but
it might come back to bite him. There's the rocket. He utilizes one at least. You know, at least Quadrant does minimize that damage a little bit, but still no control being had just yet. All of BitterSweet finally have control of this Tram side, though, a little bit.
Ball down over by the trash. You're going to see a lot of scrappy play throughout the middle of the map. Basically, you have to slay through and get a 3-4 down before you're going to have a real opportunity to grab that ball and get it away anywhere. Well, it takes the full 30 seconds and it will reset, and that works into the favor of Quadrant. BitterSweet never tried to find any space or expansion on the map.
That's unfortunate. Quadrant were ready for it. They get the rotation over towards A, but you see the push coming in through B already. They take care of the first player in SLG. Piggy takes care of Sica. That's 2 down for Quadrant, but here comes the cleanup man himself. Lqgend, the 360 kill, the double, the jump, the kill, the beat down. 61 seconds. They're not stopping. Quadrant are on fire.
I just love how Lqgend is always trying to get damage down range. He's effective at it. He has 5 kills, 4 assists for his team. He's just been involved in so many of the engagements thus far.
Sica goes down. First one to go down for Quadrant. Diagram trying to get down TchiK, but he ends up going down as well. Quadrant seems to be winning these individual pivs.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, that's what's made the big difference, right? If you can find those opening picks, when you can find the one-on-ones, it allows you to have more freedom with that ball.
There's the push from SLG. He's got the microwave in his hand, but not going to cook thus far. Cherished comes in, cleans them both up. That'll be 2 kills for BitterSweet, but we talked about it before. What are they going to do with these 2 kills? But Cherished, he decides to push in aggressively and get control of this Tram side.
Oh, I love it. They need to take care of Sica. That's the priority, and then they can move this ball in. And great timing to coordinate with each other. Unfortunately, KingJay takes a bit too much damage.
Yep.
And look how fast Quadrant is on this counter attack. They're not trying to let BitterSweet get set up whatsoever. Piggy, oh my God.
Look at that one shot. That one shot, yeah, that one shot did so much damage too with the Stalker. Like, that was a huge shot, and now BitterSweet are able to get some ball time. Lqgend pushes in aggressively. He gets taken out instantly as well.
Ooh, the Sentinel Beam on land. That's strong, man. It's a pretty strong weapon so far. We're seeing how much of an impact it's had. KingJay hides in the shadows. Does he hear that?
Oh yeah.
You can't hear footsteps outside the shroud screen, so good catch by KingJay right there to get him. It could have been devastating if he got behind enemy lines.
Yeah, Quadrant are just not letting up right now. They're just constantly pushing in, not allowing BitterSweet to have any control of this Tram side. BitterSweet have gotten some added time though. They're almost at 40 seconds, so this deficit is not too large to conquer. Sica will try to stop anything from happening with that. He ends up getting 1 kill. 2 down for Quadrant though. And 1 minute and 40 seconds left. That ball will be rotated for BitterSweet. They're rotating it towards B.
I like how they're going to battle back in, and honestly, I love it. That's showing that you have confidence that you're going to win gunfights. TchiK's 1 shot. He has 2 players to deal with. He's going to get neither. BitterSweet, they faked out the rotation, came right back in, and took back their throne.
That was huge. I agree. That was a very confident rotation going in through front C, understandably knowing all of the players. I was just waiting for that kill through the shroud screen. All the players are expecting that rotation on B, but regardless, that rocket is coming up, and BitterSweet will get themselves another rocket. Only cleans up 1 kill, though.
Yeah, Sica's still alive, hiding somewhere. Sica, him staying alive for that long is going to have devastating effects for BitterSweet. They're trying to clear everything, but they're having to do so much more work than they anticipated.
Wow.
Lqgend just destroyed KingJay.
That was such a big kill. KingJay needed to get that kill. He was on top of Tram. He's in such a powerful position, and Lqgend makes sure to take him out quickly. He does just that. A beautiful reach out there, but only 5 seconds added since, I don't know, a minute and a half ago that Quadrant are able to get. They're just maybe just playing the time here.
Yeah, inefficiency with the time from BitterSweet might end up costing them this first round. They had so much control for so long. Lqgend going to be marked by that scanner, but no immediate action to take place to prevent him from staying alive. Oh my God.
That's a lot of nades.
A lot of nades.
They're pushing through now. Here it comes. Lqgend trying to stay alive here. The shot comes out. Lots of damage. Quadrant are locked in, loaded right now. Look at this. One by one, the ants go marching in, and one by one, they get exterminated. There it is. Another round. Wow, Jude, like, it's inconsistency, right? You see Quadrant kind of a little lackluster, and then all of a sudden, bam, the very end, full throttle.
That was phenomenal plays by SLG at the end with that stalker rifle, playing together with his teammates, able to get those kills. And BitterSweet, I mean, it's a forced by circumstance to make those pushes, but Quadrant, they immediately take advantage of every single opportunity.
Quadrant are taking advantage of the opportunity to hold these rockets and rotate this. Wait, what TchiK? He's undecided on what he wants to do. Unfortunately, reacts a bit late and dies for it.
Well, you know, that happens to everyone, right? You're wide, you're trying to hit Y to get your BR out, and then right when you do it, you start to see the push happen. You're like, damn, shouldn't have done that.
It's unfortunate, but there's the soccer. Again, one of the strongest weapons on this map, and I think I pretty much say that about every weapon on Streets. Bulldog, the rockets, and of course the soccer. All of these weapons provide so much power. You feel like maybe, you know, there should only be one because it's just so strong. Look at this. Look at the ability for Cherished to stay on this rail. All he needs is one shot, and he gets Sica down on that push, but 3 go down for BitterSweet.
The stalker out, Cherished does what he needs to do. It's unfortunate because it feels bad, right? But he needs to keep that stalker rifle alive and in a power position, so he pushes it all the way back out to B plat. But what that essentially does is you're going to give up at least 10 to 15 seconds of ball time in the favor of Quadrant before you get back on your attack.
Sica, again, this is what I think Quadrant do really well, right? They don't have an advantage, so they're not pushing up aggressively here. Or that is, Sica wasn't pushing up aggressively. Quadrant were already inside of Tram, but Lqgend cleans up a couple of kills, and now going to try and pull this ball over towards A, it looks like, towards the spawns.
At the end of the day, oddball is really, it's akin to football in the fact that it's a game of inches. If you can get a couple seconds of ball time here and there, they can accumulate to be too much, and it'll be a death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Cherished not able to utilize those rockets there, but 3 go down for Quadrant. He must have done a bit of damage at least. KingJay on your screen now, playing his life, looking for an opportunity to stop a push coming in from these Quadrant players. There is still 1 rocket left. Great job by KingJay to grab this. Unfortunately, he gets taken down to no shields. Catches out Lqgend though. That's going to be a good initial kill. Any kills that that BitterSweet can get while they have this ball in their hands is huge.
Sica's hiding. Oh my God, they're saying everyone. They're like, no, you're not doing this again.
Great.
They take it out, and that's great because it doesn't give any sort of forward presence for Quadrant. Now they're gonna have to try to entry frag together. But oh, TchiK with the pick. I don't know where that spike grenade hit, but that's gonna change everything.
Yep,
Lqgend's on the flank. Oh no, it's disaster.
1 kill can change everything. We saw it just now. If you didn't believe us before, watch that play and see. 3 down for BitterSweet. They all spawn at Tram side. I think they'll get a couple split spawns on Red Room, so that's going to be Piggy there on that Red Room. He's waiting for his teammates to push on in.
Waiting for this push.
Yep.
TchiK was a shrouded figure in that corner.
3 dead again.
It's 2 easy kills, and oh my god, it's low presence plays like that that can absolutely change a game. It was BitterSweet that was starting to run away with things, but a heads-up play by TchiK makes all the difference. And at 23 and 13, you're starting to see an MVP performance from him.
3 dead again. Just said it once, said it twice, and making that 4 down. KingJay, unfortunately, pushing it aggressively. Maybe had the communication there. Were a couple players weak. I'm not sure, but regardless, you get frustrated in those scenarios, right? You want to push, you want to try and capitalize, get a couple of kills that are staggered. Diagram finds an opening there, though. He constantly is doing this. You see him in the backup base often. He does it again there, and the rotation comes through.
Great rotation, heads up play. They're just they're playing keep away, and BitterSweet's going to have to start increasing their pace as this game gets closer and closer to finish. KingJay has to keep his teammate alive by keeping Lqgend at bay, but suddenly it looks like they're both going down. Diagram's going to do his best to try to rotate into spawns.
Do you like that play, though, onto Trash? I feel like they got the spawns on a red room. They could, maybe played her on B.
I think he wanted to prioritize getting into that sentinel beam.
Okay.
And by doing so, he threw it down towards Trash. I do agree that maybe getting that beam through to the driveway to try to funnel players in to more controlled choke points could have been better, but at the end of the day, BitterSweet just needs slays.
Yep, they're not fighting them at all. 87 seconds now for Quadrant. They've already got 1 round down the board. They're looking to get another one here. Within 10 seconds, they will achieve that, but that's
oh my god, he throws the shroud screen up for his teammate, and now TchiK can stay alive. TchiK would have absolutely been decimated. 2 players to his back and front, but that shroud screen saves his life and allows Quadrant to keep momentum and presence towards the side of the map.
That is it. That is all she wrote. BitterSweet's tournament life will come to an end here at the hands of Quadrant. A 3-1 series score. Quadrant playing phenomenal Halo, and maybe a bright future for BitterSweet. I don't like to just always say this because you always want to be the nice guy and be like, oh yeah, this team's gonna do well with some practice and maybe some VOD review. No, I really mean that about BitterSweet. I feel like they've really grown and they'll continue to grow, and they have potential, and I hope to see that potential realized.